Okay, welcome back to Electrical Engineering Lab 1. So today we are going to have a second experiment. So still within the domestic wiring lab. So now I will show you the lab sheet for today's activity. Okay, let me share the screen. So for last week's experiment, I hope you have submit in Outer according to your group. In the lab report, you should submit by group. So in the group activities. All right. So this is the lab sheet of experiment 2 entitled Electrical Wiring Installation in Residential Building. The power circuit socket outlet 13 ampere connected by radial and or ring circuit. So again, the code for this lab is BEV, experiment number 2. So the aim is to familiarize and determine single-phase electrical wiring installation for power circuit in residential building and draw the wiring diagram for the circuits. So some of the objectives, so I think is as similar to what we have seen last week. All right, so altogether we have 5 objectives and also the equipments. But somehow we do have one additional equipment or one additional tool over here, namely the socket tester or the multimeter or the test pen, or you may also use any type of electrical load. So this is to determine the outlet circuit or to trace which outlet circuit is currently working. So you may use also the portable lamp or the bed light or whatever you have, as long as it indicates that the energy, the electrical energy is supplied to that particular outlet socket. Okay, all right. So the theory of this experiment. So first is the definition of N circuits again. So we have seen this last week. So there are actually 2 types of electrical circuit or N circuit. So namely the lighting and the power circuit. So last week again we have seen the lighting circuit. So we have done some of the home plan. So we have drawn some of the symbols of the electrical load with the particular one-way switch, and we have seen how we can connect between the switch and also the load, especially the lamp. Okay, so now this time around we have the second N circuits. Again, the power circuit. And then when we come to power circuits, so we have basically 2 type of it. First, we have the radial type of circuit, and the second one we have the ring type of circuit. So what happened to the radial circuit? So basically, the circuit terminates with the last point on it. So we have an open circuit over there. So we have actually the end of the terminals or the end of the outlet circuit is open-ended. So it doesn't return to the consumer unit or fuse box. So later we come to the figure, or you can see directly in figure 3.1. So the example of radial circuit. So we have the distribution box over here. So we have our wiring. So all the cabling over here and being connected to outlet circuits. So this is the so-called radial circuit. So it doesn't go back to the original place or the distribution box. Okay. And then radial circuits can therefore only serve a smaller area. So this is where the most applicable area for this radial circuit. So using 2.5 mm square PVC cable command with 20 ampere fuse. So this is the power or the current rating for the fuse or for the MCB use for the less than 30 meters square. Okay, so basically we use the 20 ampere again, the 20 ampere current rating. So for the bigger area, so up to 60 square meters, so we might use the higher current rating. The value is 32 ampere MCB. Okay, or the 30 ampere cartridge use. So this one we can actually use the bigger diameter of cable, which is 4 mm square. So this means the bigger the area of where we want to install the socket outlets, that means the cable must be bigger. Okay, the diameter of the diamond must be bigger, greater, as well as the current rating of the MCB. So what about spurs? So spurs can be added at points along the radial circuit if required. So high power appliances, for example, cooker, shower, whatever electrical appliances you have at home, so must have their own radial circuit. So you can actually add up or add in the another extension over here to have another socket outlet. So whether the first outlet socket or for the second outlet socket. All right. So this is the so-called spur, or in Malay bahasa we call it suluh. All right. Kita boleh kata senang dia macam extension lah, tambahkan extension. So what about the ring circuit? So most modern socket circuits ring circuit, or ring means as they are sometimes referred to. So a cable leaves the consumer unit and travel to each socket on the main, and when it reaches at the last socket, so it then returns to the consumer unit, thus creating a ring. So it's going to be a closed loop circuit over here. So this is the distribution fuse box, or DB or DFB. So we have the outgoing cable which is connected to the first, let's say this is the first OS of outlet circuit, and then go down to the second outlet circuit. So it goes to the third one down here, and then we have the fourth one back to up here. So the fourth outlet circuit before it come back to the DFB to complete one cycle, or one complete circle of ring circuit or ring power circuit. So we have spur over here. This is an example of the spur. Right. So some of the application. So a ring circuit can serve an area up to 100 square meter. So 2.55 millimeter square cable is used to blah 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 blah. So you can use 30 ampere fuse or 32 ampere MCB. So you can actually go to your own DB. So at each respective house, so you can see whether they are using the 60 ampere MCB or 20 ampere MCB or 32 ampere MCB. So basically we have a series again of MCB inside the distribution box. So you may see that it has the current rating consists of 6 ampere, and that is obviously for the lighting circuit. And then we can see it's either 16 or 20 or 32 ampere for the power circuit. All right. So now the procedure. So number one, so you must draw again. This is what we have done. Exactly what we have done last week. So draw the house plan and draw the socket outlet point according to the location on A4 paper. So I will later I will show you how to draw. Okay, and then you have to label all the socket outlet point on the house plan. Then make sure all the socket outlet at home function by testing with socket tester or any multimeter or any load. So you must attach socket to the switch and on socket outlet switch. Okay, so turn off all the socket outlet at the house. So this is the next procedure. So then you again to off the MCB of the distribution board. So you have to on the one MCB. So this is what we start to trace out the circuit. So where it goes from the DB. So after you have plug in all the loads again, okay, and then you just turn off and again turn on the MCB one after another. So you have 3 units, for example, or up to 5 units of outlet circuit. Of MCB in the distribution box. So from the distribution box, so you have to trace which MCB is connected to which outlet circuit. So and then step number 7, so randomly attach socket tester blah 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 the load. So they turn on the switch, observe the functionality of the socket outlet and record the result on table 411. So table 4.1 is exactly similar to what we have done last week again, but this time around we have some other one additional column over here. This is for location of socket outlet. So where the socket outlet is located in your house. So you have MCB number 1, for example, with the current rating of 16 ampere or 20 ampere or even 32 ampere. So where the circuit is connected to. So for example, living room or master bedroom, for example. Okay, so the number of sockets. So altogether we have 5 or 6, so 3 in living room and another 3 in the master bedroom. So then move on to the second MCB with the current rating 32 ampere, for example, and then this is goes to the kitchen room or room number 2 or room number 3 or even the garage, etc., etc. Right. So it depends on how your house is being installed, particularly for the power circuit. Right. And then, yes, this is some of the sample of the actual feature of the DB and then the actual feature of the 13 ampere socket outlet. All right. So the box shape over here, so the slot over here, the hole over here, you can see this is, as I told you in week number 1. So this is a box shape, okay, or the rectangular shape means it consists of 13 ampere. So the round one is 15 ampere. Okay, the circle shape of the slot or the hole over here, if you found it round, so this means it's 15 ampere. But this is not applicable in Malaysia, maybe some other countries. And then this is the example of the MCB. So it stands for miniature circuit breaker. So you can see over here on the body of the MCB. So some of the current rating, 6 ampere, for example. So we have 16, 32, 20 ampere, blah, 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 right? So then you have to answer the question. To these two questions is your discussion of your e-report. All right, now, so the most interesting part. So we come again to my actually floor plan of the surau, so for the musola, and then we just focus in this yellow box. All right. Okay, so I've done with the box. Now turn to the pen. Okay, so I have done. So I have drawn some of the MCB, for example. So this big box is representing DB, distribution box. So inside here, I have at least 3. This is just for example or for demonstration. So we have MCB number 1, MCB number 2, MCB number 3, and I put it in this legend. So this is the symbol for the MCB, as well as the outlet circuit. So this is the symbol. So this is the indicator. So we have the caption, and we have the 30 ampere type of the outlet circuit. So we have OS number 1, OS number 2. So you have to draw your own home plan. Okay, OS number 3, OS number 4, OS number 5, 6, so on until up to 10. Only for these 3 rooms, for example. So MCB number 1. So once I have turned off everything, and then I put the load, the electrical appliances, whatever you have, the lamp, for example. So the lamp will give quick result. So it will light up once you give electrical energy to the socket. And then from here, so you know that it is actually wired to OS number 1. This is, for example, okay. After I trace for the second OS, so I figure out that it is still connected to MCB number 1. Right, so make sure you draw it properly, not like this. This is only for demonstration. So and then I put the load at the OS number 3, and I figure out that it is still connected to MCB number 1, for example. Okay, and then I figure out again that it is still connected to OS number 4, and it end up over here, just for example. Okay, it depends on your respective house, again, on how they did the wiring or installation. Let's say MC number 3 over here. So MCB number 3. So it is actually connected to this OS number 10, and then I figure out that it is connected to OS number 9, and I found out that it is connected also to OS number 8, and then here and here. So this socket will energize. So here back to OS number 6 as well as OS number 5. So it end up at OS number 5. That's means I have done with this determination of MCB number 1 and MCB number 2. So MCB number 3 and MCB number 2, let's say it goes to other side of your house, maybe at kitchen, the ruang dapur over here, and then outside of ruang dapur, and then inside the kitchen area, blah 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 blah. So okay, it depends on how the of course the technician did the installation, the wiring installation at your respective house. So then all the red line over here is actually a complete drawing of the article installation or article wiring of a home plan. So that's it. All right. So that means you have complete everything. Of course, you just follow what you have done last week. So the experiment number 1, which is the title of the drawing, the days, etc., etc. The complete the complete house plan, the symbol, the appropriate symbol, etc., etc. Okay. So any questions? So this is a very simple one. I think within 15 minutes is more than enough. Any question, anybody? It's very straightforward, just like with last week's activities. But this time around, we have the connection or the what you call it, installation between the MCB and the outlet circuit. Last week we have between switch, one-way switch, especially to the lamp, 1 unit of lamp. Okay.
No question.
No question. Very simple,
Sama
very
je lah.
straightforward,
It's the same lah.
Yes, sama je macam minggu lepas lah. Kali ni untuk soket saja pergi ke MCB.
Okay, Doctor.
Tapi you kena test out lah kan, which MCB goes to which socket and how many, etc. etc. Okay, kalau tak ada, thank you very much again for your time. So I wish you all the best. Good luck, stay safe. Right, so don't forget to submit your report within 7 days from now.
Oh, Doctor,
Sama juga
I
lah
have
yang
a
minggu lepas
question.
tu submit hari ni kan. Alright. If no questions, okay, again. Bye.
Doctor, I have a question.
Ada soalan?
Where do we send our report? Last week, our report we didn't
Outer?
know what in Outer.
Sorry?
I don't
Yes.
think
Group activities.
group activities.
So group activities over there, and then you click the folder or the title of experiment 1, blah 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 blah.
Oh, okay, I
And
see
then
it.
inside the experiment 1 folder, you can see list of group. So you have to identify your own group and click on that group, and then you have, I think something like place for you to upload the documents.
All right, Doctor. Thank you,
So
Doctor.
1 document per group. All right, clear?
Alright, clear, Doctor.
Doctor.
Alright, again, thank you very much for your time. Wan Raziman.
Doctor.
Ya.
Pasal
Teruskan.
video tu, apa yang kena ada dalam video tu?
Apa
Video
yang ada dalam report?
demonstration.
Tu je jawapan dia.
Oh, semua yang ada dalam report lah.
Soalan. Apa yang report je. So
Oh, semua terang semua yang ada dalam report je lah.
Yeah, in terms of audio and video. So the report one is actually a written report kan. You tulis kan. Report bertulis, laporan bertulis dengan laporan bervideo tu je. Tapi make sure less than 5 minutes lah. Okay, so the creativity is up to you. Kan? So I tak nak lah stickkan to this type of apps for example, or this form of dalam bentuk ni mestilah ada animation ke tak nak. It's up to you lah. It's open to you, how creative you are. Depend lah, kalau you nak buat something like live demonstration pun boleh, it's up to you lah.
Okay, Doctor, thank you.
But make sure less than 5 minutes, and if possible, all group members must present lah within that 5 minutes. It's up to you lah, 1 minute, 1.5 minute per student ke, up to you lah.
Okay, Doctor, thank you.
No, alright.
Doctor, sorry to interrupt. I was just wondering, where can we access today's recorded video, just in case we want to look back what you've informed us today?
I will share later.
Okay,
You mean to this?
right.
To this meeting session, So I will record and then of course, and I will share the link.
Within where? Sorry, Doctor. WhatsApp group?
In group, WhatsApp group, description maybe.
Okay. All right. That's great. Thank you very much, Doctor.
All right.
Doctor, sorry to ask. I want to confirm that is it necessary for us to do the presentation video?
Yes, necessary.
It's like to
But
present
you have
our.
to upload
Ah.
upload in YouTube.
Oh,
Just
oh.
provide us the link.
Oh, so
Just provide.
for this lab report, we have to do a presentation video, right? Present
Yes, yes.
the overall I mean the connection, right?
Not necessarily connection, but everything inside the report as well. So what
Okay,
else? What else we have the report? So discussion, isn't it? Something like conclusion, those kind of thing lah.
okay, okay. Understood. Thank you, doctor.
Yes.
Doctor, I want to ask.
Ellie.
For the first lab one, we upload 6 minutes. So is it okay for the first lab?
Okay lah, plus minus 1 minute.
Okay, doctor. Thank you.
Alright. Anything else?
Assalamualaikum doktor.
Assalamualaikum.
Ada soalan. Kalau buat video tu, kita bagi based on link YouTube boleh tak? Maksudnya kita upload ke YouTube saja.
Memanglah itu yang kita prefer.
Alright. Baik doktor. Terima kasih.
So if you upload to YouTube, so it is going to be open access lah. So everybody can access kan easily. User friendly kan YouTube kan. Tak naklah pergi kat Google Drive dan semua tu, more private. You have to share to us kan, to anybody who view or to anybody who has the link, and then it can only access those kind of thing. Kita tak nak lah. So nothing to hide lah dekat YouTube kan. Dia pun kita knowledge sharing and everything.
Alright, doktor. Terima
Ada
kasih.
soalan lagi? Ada soalan lagi. So you just provide us the link lah kan. So what I told you last week or in week number 1. So besides the lab report, the e-lab report, so you must also include or attach the minutes of meeting, at least one copy, and then the link of the YouTube. Okay, so it must be written at the back of the e-lab report.
Untuk lab report lain tak ada masalah ke doktor?
Tak ada. You all dah submit
tak
ke
ada.
minggu lepas ni? If yes, then okay lah. I never check. Okay, all clear I think.
Clear doktor, clear.
Okay, all good
All
So
good,
again,
okay.
thank you very much for your time. So have a nice day, stay safe. So see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you, doctor.
Okay.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you, doctor.
Salam.
Thank you, doctor.
Alright, thank you.